So, Focus isn't here with us this weekend.
Focus is absent.
Yeah. So he's with his girl. They have
with his girlfriend.
Birthday celebration.
I wonder.
Happy birthday, Jackie.
I wonder at the birthday celebration, will they have a little bit of the bubbly?
A little bit of the bubbly.
A little bit of the bubbly.
Well, hopefully they have a little bit of the bubbly.
Oh.
A lot of little bit.
We need a lot of little bit of the bubbly.
The good thing is we don't have to argue about top 5 jobbers.
No,
this episode can actually be the Wednesday night.
Exactly. 5 points for Wednesday Night Dynamite. No
Wait,
job.
Hold on,
dude. Really not gonna have your phone on silent?
No. That's actually Focus.
Oh,
he sent me a video.
What did he?
Number 3, Sami Zayn.
Got that.
Kayfabe was a way to show respect to the audience and respect your own business. It was a way to protect it. But to be the man,
Austin 316 says I just worked you.
We are the generation that eat. You make the rules, and we will.
Who is booking this crap? Oh boy. More of that. WWE stands for.
I am Mr. Richie Moon, and I'm Kayfabe Adrian, and I'm Kayfabe Focus.
It's Kayfabe Avenue.
Ladies and gentlemen, heels and faces, casual wrestling fans, and all you smart marks, I am Mr. Richie Moon.
And I'm Kayfabe AJ.
And this is Kayfabe Avenue. And today is Wednesday Night Wars. 5 points of war.
What are the 5 points of war?
The 5 points of war are the ratings, the best and worst match of the night, best storyline of the night, most intrigue for next week, and of course, the best overall show between AEW and NXT.
Nice. First, let's go over what matches went on the shows. NXT first up.
Sorry, but
we
NXT.
have the Cruiserweight Championship match. Leo Rush defeated Drew Gulak. Good match. Welcome back, Leo Rush. We got Rhea Ripley defeated Aaliyah. We got the Forgotten Sons defeating Breezango, which came out to this construction gimmick. I kind of was confused, like who are these guys? So, we have Cameron Grimes defeating BOA, and we have the NXT champion, North American champion Roger Strong defeating Isaiah Scott.
Really good match.
Bianca Belair defeated Dakota Kai, and Walter defeating Kushida.
Yep.
Gotta get used to this extended NXT night. That's
a
lot of matches.
Yeah, usually we get like 3 or 4 of those.
Yeah, 7. And on the AEW side, we have the first AEW Tag Team Championship tournament, first round match. We got Private Party defeating the Young Bucks. We have a number 1 contender match with Darby Allin defeating Jimmy Havoc. We have Rio and Dr. Britt Baker defeating Emi Sakura and Bea Priestley. They've been having a little bit of rivalry, Britt Baker and Bea Priestley for a while now.
Did you see the pictures put up on Instagram?
No, I didn't.
Oh, Britt Baker got a little. Yeah, she's got a nice shiner. Yeah, Bea Priestley gave a nice little shiner.
They're not really pulling those punches.
Nah, they're not. Those two probably got a legit beef.
We have Jon Moxley defeating Shawn Spears. Pretty good. Pretty decent match.
Shawn Spears looked good in defeat for all those people saying that, he's getting buried over there. He's 1 and 2. Relax.
You can't really say anybody's getting buried when you barely.
The
roster has barely gotten.
We're going for a 3rd week of TV. Like, come on.
Yeah, this is week 2, guys. Week 2 of the Wednesday Night Wars. So we have, for the main event, we have Chris Jericho and Sammy Guevara defeating Dustin Rhodes and Hangman Adam Page. Now NXT only had 5 matches AEW had 5 matches to NXT 7 matches. That's a lot of wrestling.
A lot of wrestling
in a 2-hour. Let's say with commercials, an hour and 45 minutes.
Yeah,
that's a lot of wrestling packed in, and I feel like this week, NXT definitely pulled off a lot of wrestling.
So who do you think?
And
who do you think?
AEW was more focused on building up their stars this week and having promos and
with probably Jericho, probably with the promo of the year.
Oh yeah, the first 20 minutes of AEW definitely gave us everything we needed. We had Chris Jericho and the newly formed Inner Circle, which is Sammy Guevara, LAX, Jake Hager, and Chris Jericho, the champion, El Champion.
The El Champion.
So, but they finally formed a real stable, official stable.
The Inner Circle.
And the best part of it, coming out of that promo, was the fans chanting "We the People," which is Jack Swagger, which is Jake Hager's old gimmick in WWE, and Jericho just completely destroyed that straight out the gate.
Hey, about this. Hey, relax. That's Dead and Buried. It was made by Bad Creative.
Yeah, and this is the first official shot on AEW Dynamite in the Wednesday Night Wars. First official shot at the creative WWE. Was he lying? See no lies. I see no lies.
Yeah,
so
I agree. But let's get to the ratings first. And for the
first point of war.
For the second week in a row, AEW takes the ratings war. They take it 1 million to, it was about, I think, 870,000, something like that.
No, I think they were, NXT was actually in the 700,000 range. So they actually lost viewers from last week.
Both of them lost viewers because AEW was at 1.4, but you had MLB playoffs on that night.
Oh, yeah.
But what's more interesting is the demographic of it, 18 to 49, and AEW doubled NXT's numbers.
I think that's just gonna happen in general because the product overall of AEW is adult based and adult oriented and aimed towards teens and up. Absolutely. I don't see them really catering to the PG.
Nope. PG-14.
I think that's the smarter way to go about it because you can pull in the children. The children are gonna be interested in this.
Parents are gonna. There's gonna be kids that are raised on AEW.
Yeah,
there's going to be a future generation raised on it.
It's going to be kind of like when we were raised on the South Park era, when we had to, try to sneak in a Monday Night Raw because it was too provocative. So they're going that way to pull in fans in general, and they already have fans from kids to adults.
I think AEW.
That's not surprising.
I think AEW is going to keep winning this rating battle. I think it's going to be really hard for NXT to. It looks kind of cool, but compared to AEW. To my 10,000 people to maybe 500 people. I
think that'll probably change a little bit if they finally move out to different venues. Full Sail, 750 people capacity.
But they need to
around there.
They need to book arenas just like AEW because they need a smaller capacitor because they're not,
Well, I believe they can sell out the same arenas that Raw or SmackDown can sell out.
Not on a weekly basis.
Takeovers already do.
But those are for takeovers.
But in general, NXT when they do live events and they do live
they always do smaller events.
They definitely get a sellout crowd almost every time, and the main roster WWE barely sells out.
They do, but it's because it's kind of a special thing. On a regular basis, I don't think NXT can do that. I don't think NXT is really.
We'll hopefully see that down the line. This is again the second week. It's the beginning of the war.
So let's get on to the best and worst match of the night. So, first off, AEW takes the first point. Best and worst match. I haven't actually thought about the worst match, but I have thought about the best match, and I am actually going. For me, it is on the NXT side, and that was for me personally. Lio Rush versus Drew Gulak, the start of the show. It was awesome. Technicality, ground and pound from Drew Gulak, high fly, in your face from Lio Rush, man of the hour ticket at the end. It was an awesome match. I really, really enjoyed it. I'm glad that Lio Rush is back. My man.
Yeah, and
you know what I'm saying?
Winning a title.
Yeah.
At that, and that's something that a few months ago we didn't even know if he was going to have a career, period.
And you see the picture after with Triple H?
Yeah, he finally got the point.
He got the point.
So
when you get the point,
He's it. He's in.
You know what I'm saying?
So congratulations to Leo Rush again.
The man of the hour.
I went the NXT route as well, but my pick was Roger Strong versus Isaiah Scott.
Ooh, that was a good.
I felt like it was like really hard hitting.
Yes.
You know, a lot of back and forth.
Yes.
It showcased Isaiah Scott.
He got over.
He didn't look bad in defeat.
Yeah,
and,
he got over.
You know, Roger Strong's
the side of the backbreaker. And we got a cool promo after.
Yeah.
For Velveteen Dream and all that stuff. But I mean, it didn't take...
which was pretty adult oriented in his own right. They had Roger Strong in the old Shawn Michaels with the belt position.
And like the little bitty stop sign on it. It was a teeny bit. But did you see what Roger Strong's wife put on Twitter the next day, though?
No.
She put a picture. It was her in a wheelchair there at Disney World. And she said, the night after our wedding. And she was so, you know, she just defended her man, which I do not blame her. I don't blame her. So NXT takes the second shot. So we are 1-1. Let's move on to best storyline of the night. Who do you got for best storyline of the night?
Ooh, best storyline of the night, I think, goes to AEW. And for me personally, it was the whole Inner Circle formation and mostly the main event, which was like we said, Dustin Rhodes and Hangman Page versus Jericho and Sammy.
The Spanish God?
Was it Sammy Guevara?
Yeah, Sammy Guevara. The Spanish God?
And Sammy Guevara. It was just the way everything ended up like happening, like spilling out. Like the match led into a big brawl on the outside. We had
chaos and good guys back out.
The Inner Circle jumping, Dustin. We have Cody coming out. We have everybody, like literally the Bucks.
Yeah,
we had,
it was
everybody.
I think we're going to see Jack Hager and Hangman Page get into a rival because they kind of brawled off, so that would be interesting.
We had JK actually being a deciding factor in the match. Comes in, clothesline. Jericho gets
the Judas Effect.
Yeah, Jericho gets the Judas Effect for the win.
Yep.
Good ending.
Awesome ending.
It set up the next week. We saw
Darby Allin come down the skateboard and do the dive.
On the skateboard, down the ramp, jumps, and it looked like he came off a turnbuckle.
Yo,
the air he got on that. Attached to Chris Jericho, that sets up the match for this week.
Which is going to be a Philly street fight.
3 of the Wednesday Night Wars.
It's going to be a Philly street fight. And
who do you think it
favors? Your boy's going to be in the house for that. I'm going to be in the house for week 3 exclusive footage. Of course, Chris Jericho's going to win, but it's going to be a good match. It's going to be a fun match. And you know what? It's not going to be Chris Jericho next week. It's going to be the Painmaker.
I think this is going to be another reason they're going to showcase Darby Allin, though.
Yeah,
I know Jericho's not coming out of it unscathed unless it's a jumping situation for the Inner Circle.
Yeah.
But I definitely see Darby Allin getting off a few spots.
It's going to be the Painmaker next week. The Painmaker.
Painmaker.
You know
so that ended up happening. They set up they built more on the Cody versus Jericho for Full Gear.
They have the tag team tournament continues next week. I'm pretty sure it's SCU versus Jurassic Express. We got Kenny Omega and Adam Hangman Page versus John Moxley and Pac. That card next week is already looking fire.
Speaking of
it's already looking fire.
Omega officially the cleaner.
Officially the cleaner.
Barbed wire.
Word.
Broom.
Facts. So we
got those stick at Mox, and
we got to decide who has the best storyline. I actually went with. I went with NXT on this because I feel that Tommaso Ciampa coming back versus the Undisputed Era, with Johnny Gargano still lingering in the NXT universe. They're leading on the 3-way, just like Pac, Omega, and Moxley leading on the 3-way. So I actually have to go with NXT. I feel with the history with Tommaso Ciampa, with Goldie, him never losing, coming back from injury earlier than everybody expected, the prophecy finally being fulfilled, Finn Balor being back, that NXT championship title picture is
so
crazy.
How do we tie break this without Focus being here?
Ooh, this is a good one.
Second best of the night?
Second best of the night?
Best storyline?
Second best storyline of the night? If I would go to second best storyline of the night, I would have to go with AEW. Because you went with the Inner Circle. Mine would be reversed. Mine would have been the Pac, Moxley, and Omega. That would be my first.
I agree.
And then the second one would have been the Inner
Circle. Because the way
they're
looking, it looks like they're eventually going to spill into a triple threat.
Yep.
Pac, Mox, and Omega, which is going to be
crazy.
Clash of Titans type of match.
Exactly. So
AEW gets that point.
AEW takes it. So let's go into most intrigue for next week. So this is basically, if you don't clearly understand that, it means which show do you really want to see the most next week? Which show at the end did you like, damn, I really want to see AEW, or damn, did I really want to see NXT?
So for me, storylines building into next week, we have an AEW championship match, Philly Street match. We have that build up. We have the Inner Circle versus the Elite. We have the Bucks set up to have beef with LAX.
Yep.
So a lot of moving plates. I feel although NXT had great showing, they weren't really storyline heavy. They fit 7 matches.
Here's the issue with NXT,
minutes.
and this happens historically with them. After last week, they had a mini takeover. It was a mini takeover. They threw everything at the wall to try to compete against AEW. They lost.
Championship defenses.
And they always go, they have to do like a recovery, like a build backup phase. They didn't have competition before. Now they have competition.
Yeah.
So.
And coming off of week 1, Vince actually sent a little tweet out saying congratulations, but
this is a sprint.
This is a sprint. This is not a sprint. This is a marathon.
Yeah.
So although he gave them credit, he also gave him a backhanded shot.
Backhanded compliment. So I mean,
the war's heating up.
AEW wins me too. In the ratings. Not just our countdowns, in the ratings and everything.
So best intrigue going into next week for me, AEW. They just have a lot more spinning plates.
Yep.
And I feel like this week's NXT was just a little bit too match heavy. Not enough segments and build up.
Yep.
So we don't even know when the next takeover is.
We have no idea when the next takeover is. I feel like the thing that I like the most, and I'll continue to say this every week, the pace of Wednesday Night Dynamite is so awesome. By the time I literally said this, when they said this is the main event, I was like, that's it? I dead ass like, that's it? Like, it's over already? Nice, quick, smooth storylines, everything building up to next week, everything building up to Full Gear. AEW. Clearly AEW.
Everything's turning up AEW. So
best overall show, clearly. Man got on his hat. You see the bag. You see the water bottle. You see a little bit of the bubble there. You know what I'm saying? You see the cleaner is back. Hangman, Adam Page, the Elite. AEW. I mean, like, call it bias. Call it. It's
not. It's honestly, for me, it's not bias at all.
It just is what it is.
They had the overall. They gave us the wrestling. They gave us the build-up. They gave us a reason to tune in next week.
The promos.
NXT was very wrestle-heavy, which is not a problem. You know, it was a great episode.
Dream was the only person that had a promo.
You know, if you're going to compete with the AEW, you got to start giving us a little bit of everything. It has to be a variety show.
What about the skit with the best friends in Orange Cassidy? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That shit was,
anytime Orange Cassidy is on the screen, it's just
awesome.
hilarious.
Did you see the little kid? The little kid that dressed up as Orange Cassidy?
I didn't
it was a little kid. He just like Orange Cassidy. Like, it was hilarious. They had a skit with the best friends, and it was basically the best friends, and then they just do the hug and like the Okada camera roll out, and then Chuck E. Cheese looks at it, it's like, yeah, that's the best thing I've ever seen. And then it was like, well, thanks for our opinion, but we want to get this guy's opinion. Then they move out the way, Orange Cassidy, and then he just subtly.
that lazy,
just a lazy
he can't even get his thumb up. He's just laying down there, like
there. And then move on to the next match, like the flow, everything.
Yeah, and definitely it was more of a variety show. It gave us everything. It gave us that opening promo. That was
the match
really well done. Like I said, the way that they set up Jake Hager. It silenced the crowd, literally. Like they stopped chanting "We the People." It's all about Jake Hager.
And Jake Hager didn't even blink that entire time.
Yeah, and if anything, his eyes got more intense.
Facts. He just stared at you like this. Matter of fact, right now, what I'm going to give you is 20 seconds of uninterrupted eye contact, ladies and gentlemen. Soak it in. Soak it in. Keep talking. It's all right. We're going to get uncomfortable. It's all right.
I'm a little uncomfortable.
It's all right. It's all right.
Eye contact.
It's okay. Breathe. Take it in.
Side eye right here.
Take it in.
Side eye.
Take it in. Take it in.
20 seconds.
The more uncomfortable you feel, the more uncomfortable it will be. Just take it in. Enjoy it. Soak it in. Soak it in. It's over. It's over. And we're done.
And we're done.
Nope. A little bit more. Okay, we're back. We're done.
The only thing we need more of is a little bit of the bubbly.
Oh, a little bit of the bubbly. We need a little bit of the bubbly.
That was the 5 points of war.
5 points of war.
Run it down.
AEW took the ratings. AEW took it 4-1. NXT took the best match of the night, and it was kind of the same thing last week. NXT had the better wrestling, only by a little bit. It's not like AEW's in-ring is bad. It's just that NXT is just really, really good.
I think what's going on is NXT trying to go balls to the wall with the actual in-ring content because the production is not quite there.
Yeah, they got competition.
They know that the production
500 people versus 10,000 people almost every week.
You know, I think that's a change that Vince and Triple H and them are going to make.
That's going to be a 2020
very
move,
soon.
I think
there's already rumors about it.
Yeah.
But, you know, that's only logical at this point. You don't want to continue in this war with AEW and look like you don't have the money to match.
Facts.
You know, but I think what NXT needs to do going forward is set aside some time for a little bit of promo work and build up. Although Velveteen did have that good promo segment.
Compared to Jericho's?
I feel like,
compared to Jericho? That might be the promo of the year.
The overall build-up of the end of the show, the main event, like, definitely took it. So
the good guys versus bad guys, chaos.
We can go on all day.
We can go on all day about this. Yeah. So, I will have to make this last point. If AEW keeps putting on shows like this consistently, and remember, without Emma, I'm saying when the baseball season ends, because they lost ratings because of the baseball season. You know what I'm saying? When this ends, if they keep putting on shows like this. And I'm trying to count the chickens too soon, but you know, another year and a half, year or two, we might be talking about Monday Night Dynamite. But you know, maybe.
Honestly, I felt like that's where they should have went from the beginning.
Nah, man, that's smart.
No, I mean it's smart because you are building your own audience, but I think there was more to the fact that they cut out the Wednesday night part. I think the end goal is to eventually go toe to toe with Monday Night Raw.
If they keep
and I feel like
way,
they should have done that from the outset because then it's more of a challenge.
But they weren't trying to compete. Honestly, I think WWE.
Trust me.
I think WWE made it.
That's the humble route to attract. That's the humble route. But they knew it was a war the moment they branded AEW.
I think when Jericho came about, I think that's when it really. I mean,
I don't even think that because Vince knew Jericho was doing New Japan things. Vince knew he was dabbling in other forms of wrestling. So he had any point to try to come to terms with Jericho.
Jericho went to him. He tried to match
freedom he wanted.
Jericho said Jericho wasn't trying to match. Vince wasn't trying to match the contract that Tony Khan was giving him. Glad that he did it because we needed Jericho in AEW.
And he learned his lesson there because everyone got a raise.
Exactly.
Thank you, Jericho.
Thank you, Jericho.
But we can do this
all day. We are in the third golden age of professional wrestling. This is Kayfabe Avenue. Where can they find you, sir?
At Kayfabe_AJ on Instagram.
You can find me at Mr. Richie Moon or at Kayfabe Avenue. Like us on Facebook. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Follow us on Instagram. All at Kayfabe Avenue. With that being said, Kenny, the cleaner, take us home.
Goodbye. Mwah. And good night, bang!